Yo, welcome to 30 Time Sports Podcast. Just a heads up, this show contains adult language, unfiltered opinions, and a whole lot of passion for sports. If you're easily offended, this might not be the spot for you. But if you can't handle the heat, hit the subscribe button. And don't be a dick.
The Heat, one that scramble, compete, got the gun with the sheets. Yeah, yeah. Can you handle the heat? Can you
Man, look,
handle the heat?
you see, I was over here ready, dog. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's like I was hearing you already. You know what I mean? I got
That's
to
my
buy
favorite
into my
part.
own creation. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Back in this biz, man. Throw the Top Sports Podcast. It's your boy Captain Great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see, we got the gang in here. Ace Juice, Travi, Yo, also known as the Amazon Dime today. You know, you gotta, he switch it up every time. You know what I'm saying? You never know what to expect. When we got him in the building. And we got King James too, man. Shout out King James. He gonna be running late, but it's all good. Shout out to Bruce Gas Boxing and Jazz. I tried to tell you, didn't I tell you, Trap? Didn't I tell you about Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more? I tried to tell you that they was tuned in. Shout out to Bruce Gas, you know what I mean? Shout out to John Mount, you feel me? We always get one of them good old spots up in here every once in a while, whether you want or not. When you got them numbers at the end of your name. That's when we get to body size you. Body size you. Hey, look, is that what we do? We body size them. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we back in the building, man. We got John Jones retiring. Hell of a UFC week. Of course, you know what I'm saying, for the sport, I guess. Uh KD to Houston and a bunch of whole other basketball trades. We got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. coming up in November. That's gonna be one that I want to see Devin Haney get knocked out in for sure. Other than that, man, we back on the show, man. How y'all brothers feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. We got Jake Paul calling out everybody from any weight class ever after his last victory. That was
This guy.
entertaining. We got Ilya Taporia entering the GOAT conversation in UFC. We got my man Cap the Great. We got Travio What. I'm excited to be here.
Why wouldn't you be, man? It's the place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if Jeff Bezos been watching the show yet, but he gonna look on here and be like, man, what? Oh, that's against the bylaw. But
He's busy at his wedding right now, that $250 million wedding or whatever that he planned as a tax write-off. He's good. He ain't gonna see this.
Jake Paul might as well go ahead and talk that shit to John Jones. I bet he'll retire for that bread.
Yeah, look, he gonna come get that for sure. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gonna come get that bread for sure.
I'll watch that.
Hey,
I
so
will watch that.
share them links again in the private chat again.
The what?
The links that we got in the private chat, reshare them again, like just copy and paste.
Oh, okay, I got you. 1 second.
While we ain't here getting that together though, man. Yeah, John Jones retiring, y'all, after coming back, winning the heavyweight champion. That probably was on his milestone things to do. But yeah, he back, man. You know what I mean? Back in retirement, you know. And he was like, I just don't got it no more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now I'm tripping on shrooms and crashing cars. I ain't got time for all that real life shit.
And with them cocaine mounds and all the other is, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got time for that, like so yeah, man. I think overall, as King James would like to say, he was ducking. But I like to say it too, and it's only right if you say it and it really clarify that. I personally don't think that my man's was ducking. Everybody on the show is a John Bones Jones fan for sure. Been watching him from the start. I just don't think that was what you call ducking. Uh, Aspinall and Jones, if I'm not mistaken, they both was going up high in stock to fight each other way. It's been about a year now. We've been yelling about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Aspinall just didn't, you know, he just didn't fall through. And then like I said, it got to do with teams and stuff too, man. And then you know how them UFC teams be. Uh some teams, they say it's the guy that can make the fight, but I feel like once that fight come up, you gotta go to the board, you gotta call up Dana White, and you gotta get that a young approval. So I'm sure that it could have happened, but I don't think John Jones was ducking. If that's the case, we would have seen them duck numerous people that we done watched them whoop ass on. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what y'all think on that? Trey, what you got, bro? What you think?
I mean, the nigga too tall to be ducking, dog. That's just not proper terminology, man. He got, that nigga fighting for his life every day, you know what I mean? He Mr. Turn Up. He the turn up king, you know? I don't think this other shit really motherfucking phasing, you know what I mean? Mushrooms and car crashes, just like Ace said, you know what I mean? Rockstar lifestyle. Plus, personally, I feel like that shit just get old, man. After you done so much for your respective sport or your craft, your shit, you know what I mean? You still got to deal with these same old motherfuckers, these same weak ass rules and stipulations. And none of these motherfuckers can even do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? You literally beat this shit out of every single one of you niggas who ever find the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Anybody who ever wrote a ticket to my man, you know what I mean? Don't want to see
the hearing back into Matt Hamill.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I did.
Yo.
I don't know what I missed, but I'm jumping in.
Man, we just getting started, man.
Today's episode is sponsored by Amazon. That's what you missed so far.
Amazon
and John Jones ass whoopings.
You know what I'm saying? Amazon and Don and John Jones ass whoopings.
From A to Z.
From A to Z.
Hey, real quick though, my take on all this.
Hold on. Let's catch up King James real quick.
Okay.
We talking about John Jones right now, you know what I mean? Of course we're gonna get to the other stuff, but right now we on the you know what I mean, JBJ retiring, you know what I'm saying? And he done had a graceful run, you know what I mean? So we already called it out, John Jones. And I already called it out that you said that, he was ducking Aspinall. I don't think Aspinall is nobody to be ducking in his world, but as as you call it out, that's what that I had let the people know that, and we was about to get Ace tape, but I just wanted to catch you up real quick on that.
No, it's okay. Let James hop in. Let's hear James.
The whole reason I said he ducked Aspinall, right, is because it took light work. Make the light work. Make the light work. Show that you the man. For me, I guess I look at things like Floyd Mayweather never ducked a motherfucker, whether they was a Rudy fool or not. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali never ducked a motherfucker. Mike Tyson never ducked a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I can't go too far into UFC because it really ain't too many people, but John Jones is supposed to be the man. I mean, to me, he is the man. I'll be honest, I'm a fan. However, Aspinall been calling your ass for a minute. Aspinall been out here for a minute. But you could have came back, beat Aspinall, stayed in shape, called all these other punk ass niggas out that you really won't. You know what I mean? We all still want to see Ngannou. Ngannou didn't want no smoke. He ran.
Ngannou left because he didn't want any smoke. No. Now, James, you're not saying anything wrong here, but what you're missing out on
left
is that if you're John Jones and you done whooped everyone that needed to be whooped multiple times over in 2 weight classes, what is fighting the dude that's like 10, 12 years younger than you, finally on his come up, gonna help your legacy? That ain't gonna do shit. You lose, you're not John Jones, and you're not undefeated John Jones anymore. You already made your fucking money. You're making $12 million a year on fucking endorsements. Why do you need to go out and beat this young pup and ruin an entire division of a sport just because? You don't need to. You already proved your point.
You have already had that conversation. I don't give a fuck about the money. And I feel like there's a lot of fighters that don't fight for money. They fight for legacy. They fight for pride. They fight for the belt. They fight to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the money. It's about showing dominance. Show that you're still the dominant big dog.
But see, what you're missing out on here is that when you're the greatest fighter in the world, Dub, when you're the greatest fighter to ever put on a pair of gloves, they got a name for you. They don't call you the greatest fighter to ever put on gloves. They call you Johnny fucking Bones Jones. And he's already been there, done that. What is the point of him coming back if he's already made his money?
I don't give a fuck about what you did before, dog. You can have all the titles that you want. You still suck that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if you the GOAT, if you the tank, if you motherfucking.
So why ain't Floyd fighting fucking Ryan Garcia or some shit? Tank, why Floyd? You know what I mean? Like, why Floyd ain't out here fighting the fucking hottest young nigga, right? Or he ducking too?
He's been retired. He's been
Huh?
Oh,
is he retired or is he ducking?
Bro, he's been retired.
But why he retired? He retired so he ain't had to fight beat him up Jones. Nigga was on the come up.
Why'd you
that
fight
nigga beat him
Canelo
up
when he was
Jones on the come
18?
up?
Why'd you fight Canelo when he was 18 instead of when he was
got
Canelo?
something.
It's not the same, bro. He retired. He didn't retire and come back. He didn't retire to move up a weight class. He everybody asked at 147 and retired. That's the difference.
You talking about the nigga who had to move up to heavyweight because he beat the shit out of every fucking light heavy there was?
He didn't have to move up shit. He moved up to
get him!
Man.
You fucking
Man, look, John, look, this is my thing right here, right? Bro, when John Jones fought for the first title fight he ever fought for, that man came in on 2 weeks' notice.
Beat the brakes off Lyoto Machida.
And fought one of the coldest niggas at that time. And took the belt. Like, 2 weeks notice, go out there to fight Lyoto Machida. And Lyoto Machida, I'm talking about this nigga was karate kicking niggas in the chin. All kinds of his dude before he got to John Jones. John Jones, nobody knew who John Jones was at that time.
Oh, then what? He held that belt for in and out of jail sentences.
Man, if we not gonna count
years.
if we not gonna hold on. If we not gonna count the jail sentences, if we gonna minus out the jail sentences, John Jones had the belt since he won the belt. And then when whoever called him out, hold on, dog. Whoever called him out, he done came back and then whooped their ass. The only person I feel like gave him a run for the money is Gustafson. That's the only person I feel like.
Alex Smith gave him an okay run too there for a minute.
Who did?
Alex Smith had a good fight with him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith.
That's who it was. Anthony Smith,
not Alex Smith.
Yeah, I'm like, who is Alex Smith?
Sorry, wrong white boy.
Anthony. He had to take that shit off. And
I'm talking about busting him up. Gustafson busted him up. They was busting each other up.
The Gustafson fight was crazy.
John
also, though, what's the one? The Mexican nigga though too was a decent little. What was cuz name? I can't think of.
Surreal Game.
Nuh-uh.
Trev, what you talking about?
Who the Mexican nigga, man? Everybody kept on calling for the rematch for the longest. They ain't never running back though. What's his name? Fucking.
Big shoulder motherfucker.
Yeah, like they were damn near.
I know who you talking about.
Nice little equal size to him.
I know who you talking about.
And they wanted him to run it back. It was
surreal
Game though.
No, Jones. Surreal Game is who he fought when he first moved up to heavyweight, and Jones wiped the floor with that motherfucker. It's not Glover. It's
You said what?
I know
that's a
who
Cyril
he is.
Gallus who he fought when he first moved up to heavyweight and wiped that motherfucker.
I mean, but what's your
Oh, is it
look? My
is
thing is
Rodriguez or some shit like that? It's
Some Reyes,
Something like
one of them kind of
Dominic
names.
Reyes. Dominic
On my
Reyes.
life.
Dominic
this.
Reyes.
What
There
I
you
want to
go.
know. This what I want to know from Dub. Like, what really make you think that he ducked it? Because he never said that he wouldn't fight him. It ain't nowhere on record where he never denied not wanting to fight him. So I mean, my thing is, what make you feel like that he ducked?
He retired.
That don't mean he ain't never fought him though. I mean, he never said that
It
he
ain't
wouldn't
like the
fight the
nigga
man.
been active and shit and just decided to retire after the next fight.
Right.
Like he ain't been doing shit.
This man called you out twice, right? You became reactive. You're active. You're an active fighter. You came back. You got active. This man called you out. You ain't fought this man yet. And then you say, fuck it, I'm going to retire.
You talking on a Bluetooth or something? Why you so low?
Right, your phone low.
I'm driving.
Hey, I'll be right back.
But yeah, just because he retired, I don't take that as ducking. Like, because once again, he ain't never not said that he wouldn't fight him. You can't find that nowhere on anything saying that he wouldn't fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he just fell out of love with it. It'd be too much. It'd be too much with it. It'd be too much to deal with when you know what I mean? Like,
Especially when he having so much fun partying.
right. And he got the new league. Shout out to Dirty Boxing. He got that new Dirty Boxing league that he just put his hands in with a few other people, and that shit over there flourishing. He over there, he getting that bread.
Hey guys, but I can't stay on too long. My battery's dead and I'm on the way. But I really wanted to address was Ace. What's up with your boy Dana White? And he cut out. I really wanted to know Ace's opinion on the Dana White thing.
No, that's why we
But
started out. That's why we
Dana
started off
White
with this right
been
now.
the biggest hater, dog. The biggest flake and the biggest lame. He been that. So like it wasn't surprising to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I really wanted to hear Ace take on that. But hey guys, I gotta get up out of here. I'm gonna be watching. So if Ace pop back in, I love to hear his take on that. You know, y'all keep up the good work. I
He
wish I
should be
could stay,
back.
but I gotta go. Shout out to all the ringsiders. I'm gonna be ringside my damn self.
Man, just hop in, right. Just hop in the ring chair. Hop in the chair, nigga. Hey, look, you got a chair out there. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but
My
yeah,
bad, y'all. I clicked on the wrong fucking window and it shut me out of everything.
no, you all good.
Dub wanted to hear your take on Dana White being the fun police.
Right. We
Oh, we
about
can
to
talk
play
about
that. We
that.
about to play that video too. Real
Yeah, I
quick.
sent that to the private chat.
Hold on 1 second. Share this
If you're a
screen
fan
so
of the
we can
show and
get
you're
it.
watching, your package is on the way. Don't worry.
Uh-oh, coup de grace. Ah. Somebody gonna take these belts. Here we go.
Bro, I tell you what, the way SmackDown was going crazy with the tag teams after that Y6 match, more than ever, dog, I need them to incorporate that octagon ring from the Mexicans. I
Nah,
need
they
the SmackDown tag teams in that octagon ring, dog, more than anything.
nah, they need to do that. That'll be crazy.
SmackDown
We go.
teams about the only thing they got going besides Simone Werewolf
And I'm mad that they just did that to my boy. We
and
gonna get on that,
Carmelo.
but
But we can get back to that. Yeah, let's run
my
it.
room, or that would have never happened. That's not the fight that it just, shouldn't happen.
It was fun to watch.
Well, that's not really what we do.
How you gonna be mad?
Give a shit if it was fun to watch or not. It's just that shouldn't happen. Plus, he wins a second title in a higher division. It was a bad call by whoever the hell let him in there.
I finished you.
Well, I don't know who the hell let him in there. That should have never happened. Let's start there. I was already back in my room, or that would have never happened. That's not the fight that it just.
Look, so that's just look. He's saying that's not the fight that need to happen. You know
So
what I mean?
Dub wanted to hear about it. Let me go ahead and speak on this real fast. The fact that Ilya Taporia and Paddy Pimblett have real life smoke doesn't work ranking wise. I think Paddy's like number 9 right now. Now, don't get me wrong, like there's other fights that happen that shouldn't happen, but Justin, well, we'll get into that one. I think there are way more people in that weight class that deserve a title shot against the first ever undefeated double champ. I want to throw that out there too. There's been he's the 10th double champ in UFC history now.
And UFC history, yeah.
Other than I think GSP, I think vacated a belt. You know what I mean? And so I mean, him and GSP are kind of in the same category here. He's one of the first ones to ever have basically a belt vacated and do whatever. But Dana White's not wrong. You have real life smoke with Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett was sitting ringside, but also like Dana White, you're telling me that a minute and 30 seconds after you put the belt around Ilya Taporia's waist, you were just like, all right, that's all from me. And then you just went to the back. Motherfucker, no. You knew that Paddy Pimblett is the next up-and-coming thing. And you knew that Paddy Pimblett was sitting ringside. And I have a feeling that you knew that Paddy Pimblett and Ilya Taporia hate each other and that name would get brought up. So don't play stupid and act like you didn't think this would possibly happen. What you're doing is you're like, well, I mean, if it happens, it happens. You're getting the fans' reaction here. Because there's also another story of somebody in that weight class, Justin Gaethje, who stepped up for you at UFC 300. Max Holloway and him had one of the best drag-out fights I've ever seen in my life, other than the one we had this past weekend. And I don't think you wanted to commit to Gaethje. You want to see what the fans want more. Paddy Pimblett versus Ilya Taporia, or Gaethje versus Ilya Taporia. I think Dana White's personally playing the fool here. I think that's what he's doing. And
he playing the fool. He wouldn't. It would have been way harder if he didn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
You're playing the fool. You're acting like, oh yeah, I wasn't even there for it, motherfucker. In 30 seconds. You're telling me like, oh, I was already back in an office doing the bitch. No,
Paddy, he would have stopped Paddy for getting in the ring if he really wanted to, all the way from the hotel room for it.
No, because the thing is that UFC security stopped up Bilal Muhammad from hopping the fucking cage because they had no idea who this motherfucker was.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he was your champ for one fight or whatever. But like, don't play dumb with me, bro. You're trying to see where the fans want to go. That's what you're doing. That's a play. It's a work. It's a shoot.
Me personally, I don't care who it is, but they better have them hands ready when they step in there. That man, we just watched him knock out 3 people in a row. Not
Oliveira, who is, bro, I'm telling you,
man, Brock's probably one of the best boxers in that division for real.
I saw on DraftKings that they were just like, there's no way this fight goes.
It was no way.
And I was just
we talked about that too before we watched it too.
Stepping up, Oliveira's respectfully a bad motherfucker in his own right. You know what I mean? And Oliveira got put to sleep like
a motherfucker.
Bro, like if you'd have taken the under half a round finish, I don't even know what the odds were on that. But holy shit. Ilya Taporia, I don't know a good way to explain this. I respect him so much more after this one.
Put some respect on his name.
I thought you beat certain dudes in certain situations. No, man, he's that fucking dude. And this is a legacy builder in the UFC. Ilya Taporia put some fucking respect on his name. And I'm telling you right now, he already outboxed Max Holloway, who beat the shit out of Gaethje. But I'll tell you what, we got legacy fighters like Poirier next month, fighting Holloway for that BMF belt on potentially his last fight in the UFC, getting little in New Orleans where he's from, getting Lil Wayne's going to do his entrance song for him and walk out with him. Like, that's fucking huge. Do not just be like, well, if Gaethje wants to retire, sorry, we'll get to that clip. Paddy Pimblett jumped the line, in my opinion. And I think it was staged by Dana White to be like, all right, what do the fans want to see? Do you want to see this or that? That's my take on that.
On live news, you know what I mean? Ace ain't watching no Raw. In live news, though, Judgment Day just took some more gold, you know what I mean? If you watching the show and you ain't watching Raw, don't listen to me. Hey, look, Judgment Day, tag team champs, Ben Balor, JD McDonough, just knocked off the New Day. You know what I'm saying? To
Are
take
they
that
still in
tag
Saudi
gold.
Arabia right now?
I think so.
Oh, so we're going super early. Trav, we can't
No,
hear
they
you,
in
bro.
Pittsburgh.
They in
Oh,
Pittsburgh? Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we start Raw at 6 o'clock?
I was wondering that same thing
What's that? Where they was at?
probably because they, what I'm saying, everybody getting off them flights, coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They fighting Russo. Hey man, dude, shout out to the homie Otis, man. They done kicked Otis off of the roster too. I just seen that earlier
Hey,
today too.
hey, I ain't even
Kicked
see
Big
that, but
Otis off the
I'll tell you
roster,
now,
dude.
they hate.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that
Otis,
take was solid.
Otis, for
That
no
take was
reason,
solid right there, Ace.
you gave a belt to Otis for no reason during COVID, and he won the Money in the Bank contract because you were like, fuck it, we don't know what else to do. And you're just going to kick that man off.
Otis really got
Is that what was
potential though,
going
man. They
on when
just
they was in that
downplay him.
building?
Yeah, on top of the
Yeah.
roof.
That
You
was the
didn't know
first time I ever seen Otis, dog. That was literally the craziest shit I ever seen. Just tuning into wrestling, motherfuckers fighting their way up a building. That shit was hard. Niggas in the offices and shit, dog. Everybody, motherfuckers everywhere, just getting their asses kicked, nigga, all the way to the roof.
Also, real quick, shout out to another WWE superstar that got released too soon. I had the privilege and honor of meeting Mustafa Ali this past Saturday. And I'll tell you what, that's one of the coolest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. Former WWE superstar
Shout out
Mustafa
Mustafa.
Ali, current
Shout out
TNA
Mustafa
champion.
Ali.
Shout out
Well,
to
we can't say former because them contracts, when you still able to work for them companies like that, they pretty much own all these motherfuckers at this point, so he's still under that
Me?
contract umbrella somewhere. But shout out to Mustafa Ali, man. Other news.
we just skipped past that whole MMA moment. Okay.
No, what about no? I did no. I said that was a solid take because I was just giving a live update because I don't think Patty should fight I think it'll be a good fight overall. I don't care. Like overall, I think it'll be a good fight. But the way
Nope,
Illy is out here laying boys out.
Brother, Ilya Taporia is gonna wash Paddy Pimblett's punk ass.
Look, the way he out here laying brothers out, they need to go back to the drawing board. Get that man a rest first off, because he just knocked out 3 of your top competitors in the division, let alone
if you
the
give that
last
fight,
champion.
If you give that fight to Paddy Pimblett, hold on, let me check the rankings real quick. I got UFC pulled up.
All them cats, they just went down in value, literally.
Hold on, let me see the rankings of this weight class real quick.
Ace, you seen that wrestling thing that's coming to the Cove?
Oh yeah,
you see I'm old.
RCW. Yeah, it's RCW, man. I actually trying to work with them, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, you going?
Yeah, I'll definitely be at RCW. Depends on which one. Are you talking about the Jerry the King Lawler thing? Or are you talking about the one they got with Gilbert and
yeah, that's the one I seen.
The one with Gilbert.
The rest of them
Gilbert.
What is Gilbert doing out here, dude? Making appearances still, dude.
Oh, cuz?
Yeah, I know about Gilbert, dude.
Yeah, what's he all about?
Gilbert and them, man.
Huh?
What are you all about?
Oh man, had a little verbal confrontation with him, you know, at this motherfucking kids gathering one day.
Yeah.
One day about 2 years ago. Nothing too specific.
Yeah, sorry, getting back to it real quick, man. At light
You know,
heavyweight, or sorry, at lightweight,
had to
Islam got.
slap the Tampico out his hand, but that's
You
for
talking about
other day.
Gilbert?
Yes.
Motherfucker's been asking who's first, and you want to be that dude, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, shout out to everybody at
out of all
RCW,
drinks, though,
though,
I
on,
just
on
choose
the
the
Michiana
Tampico.
area. RCW's got a hell of a show coming up.
I ain't never even really heard about that, man. Shout out to RCW. I'm tuning into a lot of wrestling shows and businesses too lately overall because
Also from last
I only
weekend,
knew of one. I only knew of one and a
from
couple other
last
ones all
weekend,
my life.
we're trying to get them on the show, man. Right here, current OVW Tag Team Champion.
Man,
Shout out
to the
end
Indiana
all
native.
be all Ashton Adonis, who hopefully we can get on the show for an interview sometime soon.
Man,
End
shout out
all be
Ashton,
all
man. Go
current
ahead, hit us up
PWK
on the
heavyweight.
Instagram, Ashton, 3T's, throw the towel. You know what I'm saying? Sports Podcast. DM us too, and we'll get back with you accordingly. For sure, for sure.
We would love to have another current OVW champion on the page, because I know a lot of people love these wrestling things that we've been doing, working with a lot of these indie wrestlers. And shout out to the homie President Jeremy Hadley. Shout out to Mr. Jesse Winchester. Shout out to the Buck Sexton. Shout out to Gypsy John, aka the homie Big Whiskey Jared Kripke. We love doing this wrestling content. Anybody from RCW, PWK, WPW, Next Generation, anybody that would love to come
Any
on the
one
show.
of y'all.
Shout out to the homie TY Ice.
Oh, what happened to Trav? This stuff must have cut out or something.
It's okay, man. Yeah, anybody on the indie wrestling scene, any wrestler
Right.
in general, we would love to have you on the show and talk about your journey in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, man. Like I said, tap in with us, man. We on Facebook. We on Facebook as Cap Pharaoh Ace. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't let us name it. They wouldn't let me name it that, so I had to make it us, so it can seem like an entity as a person. So y'all know how they play on there. We on Instagram as well, 85 Sports Podcast. If you want to contact us, the link that you want to hit is on the YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel right now if you watching live, and hit that 3T's Connect link, and it'll take you to right there. You can hit everyone to follow us on. We are officially now on Twitch as well. Shout out to Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that game on there and just want to play some content while you gaming, and
I've been hearing that we have a lot of fans that are on
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, we over there. We've been over there getting busy too a little bit on TikTok, just trying to build the awareness of y'all. So if y'all following, y'all run with any one of them platforms, go on every one of them platforms. Throw the Tile Sports Podcast. We'll pop right up. It's only one of us, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be another one. If it is another one, they ain't like us. You feel me? I'm gonna just put that out there straight up.
So, Cap, real talk, just real quick before we dive into this NBA or NFL trade news that we got going on. During the DAZN live Jake Paul fight last weekend, they promised that if Jake Paul won, he would be ranked in what, WBO and what, WBA. I can tell you right now,
he's
I'm
far
looking
down
at the
rankings
rankings
for sure.
I'm looking at the rankings and I don't see that cat's name anywhere. So whoever was in on that, y'all some bullshit.
That's how far down the rankings he is. Hey, look.
I'm telling you, I'm looking
but
at
it don't matter though, because he in the
top
cruiserweight
15, and the greatest boxer to ever do it is not on there. So,
which means he's not great at all. Hey, look, and he's so far down the list, probably, he got some climbing to do, bro. You in the cruiserweight division, first off, probably one of the heaviest, if not the heavyweight division.
But your last fight was at what, heavyweight?
Yeah, now he in a cruiserweight. You know what I mean? Cruiserweight is
He's
just
like,
like
I'll fight
catchweight
anybody
almost.
from Tank to Anthony Joshua. Well, there's
He
about
don't want that. He don't
there's
want
about
that. He don't want
100-pound
that.
weight difference there, brother. So go ahead and
Anthony
focus on what
Joshua
you
ain't even
want to do.
been. Anthony Joshua got a glass jaw, and I feel like Anthony Joshua would dog walk Jake Paul, bro, any day, anytime. Jake Paul don't. He rather find something better to do
No,
or
that's why he's
keep
like
fighting Rudy Pools.
also Tommy Fury. You want
Tommy
that
Fury beat
rematch?
his ass. Yeah,
I'd
because
like
he
to
beat him.
avenge that loss. And where's Tommy Fury ranked? Not in the top 15
He really
on the
beat him up.
not in the top 15 on the
He not
goddamn thing.
even he's a matchroom boxing fighter though. You know what I mean? Like he in a
It's
whole
that'd
nother
be
ranking
Tommy
system.
Fury's next biggest payday is fighting Jake Paul again. And he don't give a damn nutta about fighting no fucking Jake Paul again.
I mean, of course, because he beat him already. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then look, that's when everybody was saying Jake Paul was really doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget all that other shit. Like they was actually saying he was able to beat a real boxer. And then I'm like, man, no, Tommy Fury actually got some structure to him. You know, especially I don't care what nobody want to say. You coming from
It was
Fury.
a controversial decision though.
Your last name is Fury. You feel me? So if you ain't fighting right and you coming from a boxing family, go sit your ass down. You
If
know
you
what
ain't
I'm
wearing
saying?
gloves that you can conveniently slide out of when you need to.
That's just like Rusev. That's just like Rusev. I mean, sorry about that, y'all. Not Rusev. That's just like Chavez Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like we just at the end of that fight, bro, Chavez Jr. was really putting the mitts on Jake Paul. And he was tired as hell, bro. Jake Paul didn't do
You want to know
nothing.
the difference in that fight?
He didn't do
Jake
nothing down
Paul
there that
threw
whole fight, bro.
900 punches. Chavez Jr. threw 250.
Jake
It
Paul
was
did
just
not throw no
it
goddamn
was
900. Stop
busy
it,
work.
Ace.
That's all
Stop
that
it, Ace.
was.
Get out
I'll
that
tell you
man
right now, I
asshole.
watched that fight. Chavez Jr. was putting it on him for a
Get
little
out,
bit.
get out his back door, man. And look, he wasn't throwing that many damn punches. Uh, Jake Paul, dude, he didn't throw a lot of punches to me at all. Like he a jab, run off. You know, Chavez was the one swinging for real. I ain't see Chavez really get beat up like that. He looked fresh towards the end of the fight. Jake Paul, the one that looked tired and exhausted. And at the end of the fight, I was seeing him get duffed up. He hit him a couple times with some slip punches, and Jake Paul didn't see them hoes, and he was getting clocked. You know what I'm saying? I seen it. I know what the real punches look like now. And when you put your body into something for real, like towards the end of the 10th round, like between rounds 6 and 10, Jake Paul was tired. It was visible. You know what I'm saying? And then the crowd was getting into it with Chavez Jr. because Chavez Jr. turned the heat up on him a little bit, even though, yeah, y'all want to say I'm this and that, but I can hurt him, you know what I'm saying? I can make a difference. So I feel like overall Chavez Jr. should have won that fight. It ain't even nothing to win though for him, right? It is nothing for nobody to win from Jake Paul if Jake Paul really
Between you and me,
not putting
though,
no effort into it though.
between
You
you
know
and
what I'm
me, and
saying?
on that
Because he didn't put no
Dedudu
effort into that fight, bro.
on that Dedudu pay per view that you just had with Jake Paul headlining again,
The best
was there
fight
a
was
was there a
Farmer.
was there a boxing match
Yes. The
that was
Farmer,
half as good as
Tevin Farmer,
Van
Tevin
versus
Farmer,
Pantoja?
Tevin Farmer versus Floyd Schofield, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. And Floyd Schofield knocked fucking Tevin Farmer on the first round.
Was that
It was
half as
nice.
entertaining as Josh Van versus Pantoja
I'm,
at
it's, but
UFC?
see, look, it's not a see. Look, this the thing though. Ace, look, your arguments some be valid when it comes to the entertaining aspect, right? Because the way people book these fights and the way these fighters try to pump themselves up, right? UFC is a tad bit different, bro. You don't gotta put on no gloves that cover your hands that add weight. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, bro. It's a certain structure with the boxing. So if the boxer don't come on in there ready to do his job, you know, it's not gonna be as entertaining as, it's not gonna be as entertaining as everybody wanted to be, you get them fighters that like Canelo's, like the Tanks, like the Bud Crawfords, like the Benavidez's, like the Beevils, like the Better Beeves. All these fighters that we know for sure that really, really, really gonna come out there swinging for the gates. You know, that's what it's about. but we know sometimes some of these fighters be gaslighting, and it was a full card of damn near gaslighters, except for Floyd Schofield. And there was a few other fights beforehand too that was pretty cool on the card. But
Yeah.
after it got boring for me after a while, because I didn't want to. I was like, man, I'm just gonna watch it, to wait for Jake Paul and them. And then I didn't even really watch it that long when it came on. I probably caught literally the last couple rounds. You know what I mean? But when I watched it, Jake Paul was losing to me. And
Yeah.
he was tired as hell. And then like I said, it's a different structure when you got the 8 ounce. You got 8 ounce gloves on. You know what I'm saying? And you got to carry your body weight. You got to carry the glove weight. You got to be real strategic. As in the UFC, you got way more air. You know what I mean? You got a lot of nothing on. You got the gloves on. Your hands is breathing. Everything is breathing. Then it's very rapid. Like you can't be in the UFC fight just running around dodging. They gonna boo the shit out of you, and then all of a sudden you ain't gonna get no more fights. You know what I'm saying? As in the boxing, you can get put into a fight where you can't do that at. You know what I'm saying? UFC, they ain't gonna put you on the card no more if you done wasted time. You know what I'm saying? And did all that, but that's just how I think about that. But yes, no, none of them fights was that entertaining than the Van fucking who did he fight? Van versus Roy Val, or
Yeah.
I
Roy
forgot,
Val, yeah.
dude. Yeah, Roy Val, right. I told you that fight could have, have potential to be fighting tonight. If Bronx wouldn't have got knocked out like he did by Ilya, then we would have been talking about, that Van fight still, because that Van fight was nuts. They fought all the way through. I appreciated that fight. That's why I watch UFC 4. I'm used to watching it to where it's, going up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
So if you want to, let's get into some of this free agency news real quick.
man, it's a lot going on right now. I just seen like 5 moves the Grizzlies just made while we jumping right into it. They just, signed let go of Jake Laravia. He just signed $12 million deal with the Lakers. What else just happened?
I can tell
We
you one
got
thing. One thing that this happened yesterday. It happened the 29th, late last night, but not today. DeAndre Ayton finalizing a buyout with the Trailblazers to become a free agent.
yeah, he didn't want to be there in the first place. That just happened today, I
Yeah.
think. While we on that still, Santi Aldama, he just agreed to a 52.5 million deal with Memphis. Jaren Jackson just closed out a $240 million deal with Memphis to stay. Uh, Finney Smith Jr. just signed with the Rockets for 53 million, 4 years. Rockets over there on to something. They're trying to build a foundation around Durant and them now. Now that they got Durant over there.
We got Jordan Clarkson finalizing a buyout with the Jazz.
Jordan Clarkson, he about to go free agency too. He about to lead the Jazz. That's what he about to do.
I think this is just from like an hour ago, man. Former multiple team head coach Mike Brown will have a second
With the
meeting with the
Knicks.
Knicks. Yeah, so
That's a good choice for them.
Mike Brown, former Pacers coach, former everywhere else coach, man. Like
he done been around. Mike Brown done been around, and he got 2 championships too from Golden State.
That's no joke, man. I think that the Knicks might finally have their due. I mean, Mike Brown's got some miles on him. Let's be real, but
no, Mike Brown, he legit, bro. I rocks with Mike Brown. Mike Brown, the reason why the Kings got good like they did, and then they fired him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
all because of DeRozan. Like, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I see we got the Amazon dime
all right,
back.
so real quick, Cap, in your opinion, who won that Rockets Sun trade? I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor for a minute. And I'll hop in.
I'm gonna say the
KD trade.
Rockets, bro. The Rockets won a trade overall. I mean, if you want to say in quality, in quantity wise, the Suns won because they got more. They got Dylan Brooks. Jalen Green, which was one of the Rockets'
And you
top
got
players.
6 players on your roster now that play the same fucking position.
The Suns been had a fucked up situation when they got Bradley Beal, bro. Like they had a lot going on already anyway.
In your opinion, are the Suns in complete rebuild at this point in time?
Yes.
Are they acknowledging that they've shit the bed on that Durant trade and are trying to make up for that?
I don't think they're trying to make up for that. They had to get rid of Durant because he still got contracts lingering behind him too. Like
Okay.
when you got a paper trail behind you, you got 2-3 more contracts.
You got Beal
We want
and
to keep you.
Yeah, you got Beal
We
and
would
Book.
love to keep you, but you got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna kill us next year if we want to be able to get somebody to come in. You know what I mean? And try to make another push. But yeah, I think overall, the Rockets won. You know, getting Durant, not losing so much. They gave up Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks, yes, I love his passion and everything, you know, for the game and what he can bring to a team. But overall, he's expendable. That's what he was there for. He's an expendable piece.
You got rid of a 6th, 7th man off your bench. So at the end of
Yeah,
the
I
day,
mean,
what
you
really
making
did you
room.
lose? You lost a starter in Dylan Brooks.
They got Mark Williams. They made some pickups, bro.
And another man off the bench that played the same position. So
Right.
basically, in my opinion, the Rockets replaced Dylan Brooks with KD. I know a lot of people are shitting on the Rockets for this trade. I'm not shitting on the Rockets.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on the Rockets. Like I personally said it was cool for them. It don't make them a threat because once again they gave up one of their threats, which was Jalen Green and being a slasher, and Dylan Brooks just being a presence on the defense. Like I didn't see nobody really on the Rockets that had besides Amin Thompson. My fault, my bad. Let's not forget him. Amin Thompson still over there in Houston, rookie contract. He's gonna get some money for sure. Now that Durant is over there and they got him off the trade like that, they don't got to pay Durant right away. He's gonna get some money. I mean, he's gonna get some money for sure. Everybody else getting some money. He's gonna get some money when it's time.
Out of the rest of the news that you've been seeing, I love hearing LeBron that just opted in to get paid more money than God a year.
But who's to say if he can stay? He don't got to stay. That's the thing. That's a player option.
If you're another team, name a team in your opinion that you think is what is that 58 mil a year? I think it's 50, 52, 58.
That would have to be broke up.
You would have to trade so many people or
not no more because
to get LeBron. Like name a team in your opinion that you think LeBron might be able to fit into real quick.
They don't. I mean, LeBron, man, where wouldn't he be able to go and not do something like
without busting the cap?
LeBron on their team for real, like
without busting the cap.
Man, he don't got. That's what I'm saying. That's the money he's sitting on, where a person can either match it or give him more to come play for them another year. So think about this: like when he came into a 3-1, you know what I mean, the 1-year player option deal. You know what I'm saying with the Lakers. So now that he declined that, then you got Austin Reeves who declined 89 some million. You feel me? The Lakers got some money to play with. You know what I'm saying? They could give LeBron 80 million if they want to, 30 guaranteed, because they just not only got denied with the either Reeves denied his contract to get paid more because they're negotiating it, or Reeves was about to leave because they got Luka, bro. What the Lakers, you know, then they just picked up a crazy draft pick. Like it's been some good. This was a decent little draft too.
See, in my opinion, I think LeBron's looking for another super team to go to and try to win another championship at the end of his career. And I don't think that super team currently exists, bro.
I mean, something right now it's not about having a super team. It's about who you can get to come play with you.
Do you think do you think LeBron teaming up with Steph, they used to have hatred towards each other, but that worked really well in the Olympics? could make sense if the Warriors could make that money make sense.
What's funny is the Warriors probably one of the teams that could outbuy the Lakers with that money just sitting there like that for LeBron.
Do you
They
think
could come buy him out right now. It's
do you think
Giannis. But you still got Giannis, bro. There's people like Giannis. I don't think personally Giannis is gonna go anywhere because that's a lot of fucking money you got to take on. But
if you're Giannis though, you already got a shit, right? Like where would
that's where the money lie right there. You got a ship. You got two MVPs.
If
You know what I'm saying?
Giannis wants to play for legacy, where would Giannis go?
Golden State, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
Giannis with Steph? You think you got to get rid of Draymond at that point in time?
All right, Draymond going.
Adios, motherfucker. If you're the Warriors, oh no,
peace.
Sorry, bitch.
What?
Yeah,
out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that. You know, Kaminga gone. You know what I'm saying? Kevon Looney gone. Everybody is out of there. You know what I'm saying? We getting Giannis. It's gonna be at least 2-3 players gone with a draft pick and a half. You hear me? Like they gonna
I don't know. We've seen 5 first rounders.
Matter of fact, what's the trade that we watched happen where it was Porzingis or Drew Holiday to Boston that year for what we gave the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that. How the Indiana Pacers was able to get,
Siakam.
You know what I'm saying? Like slick moves, man. It's all about who in that office and who know how to manipulate around to get that player. And your market got to be open. Like your market has got to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, like I said, I don't think they will let go of Giannis right now because he done made Milwaukee market expand. I don't think it's players like what's another one I can use for example that's like that?
Oh, like a big Devin
Booker.
Player,
Devin Booker.
Like
you know
the
what I'm
Bulls
saying?
getting rid of Lonzo Ball. Yeah, that's a.
Sorry,
I had to bring that one up real quick.
It was time for him to go, though. It was time for him to get on from
off Giannis, just on this real fast. You waited 2 years for this motherfucker to get healthy and you were paying him. And now that he's finally healthy and might actually get to contribute, you're like, all right, dog, later. Like, and I see Cavs fans losing their mind. Like, oh, that's all we needed last year was to be a little bit more healthy, and we could have done it. And you're telling me that goddamn Lonzo Ball is the end all be all, the fucking solution to your problems?
Nah, but he
I think the Bulls I think the Bulls and the Cavs made that trade just to fuck with people. Who did that?
But
help?
it's a good pick. For them. It's good ball because Lonzo Ball now he can. First off, Lonzo Ball can get back on the court because he didn't see the damn court lines since he got hurt and came back from being.
2 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like
easily, yeah.
they put him on the court probably 2 minutes and took him right off. You know what I'm saying? Since I've not seen him come back from injury, so to go to somewhere where you can get treated a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And you get an opportunity to compete. As player, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And Lonzo Ball, Darius Garland, they didn't get rid of nobody for real. You know what I'm saying? To make anything happen. So it's like it's a plus. It's a plus win.
I'll be honest with you. Another thing that intrigues me that I keep seeing is I hear it in media. Like I'm not saying that like there's any weight to it whatsoever. You know how rumors are. They're just fucking rumors. That the Lakers are trying to get Zion to pair up with Luka and LeBron.
That's ugly as hell.
That's a fucking mess in my opinion. Like,
that's a super mess.
I think my thing is with LeBron.
That'll never happen.
Like real talk, like with LeBron, I think that he's at that point in his career where I don't think that him and Luka, even given 3 seasons together, can gel. So I think that's the main thing about LeBron possibly leaving the Lakers is that where his game is and where Luka's game is, they're not the same anymore. Like I don't think.
I don't think Luka.
I'm not saying they're oil. I'm not saying they're oil and water. I don't think they help each other get better. I think they step on each other's toes. Now LeBron and Steph, I could see with that both them being leaders, both them being willing to take a step back could benefit one another. You know what I mean? I think there's maybe 2 or 3 teams that LeBron could go to and make it better that aren't the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers have what they need. You know, that Dalton Connect trade got canceled last year. I don't think that the Lakers is where LeBron wants to end his career because I don't think the Lakers are – they may be a play-in team. I don't think the Lakers are a real title contender, man. Like, unless the Lakers really shake some shit up. And Zion –
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
Zion
got
is
to
solution.
Yeah, Zion ain't. That's definitely not something that they should ever entertain.
Have you heard
And
that one
then,
too, though? Like, you heard that through the rumor mill?
huh? Yeah, I
Have you
heard.
heard that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen it,
that's
but overall, like, when it's like it's easy to look through stuff like that because you know, you already know in your right mind that stuff like that wouldn't work. You know, Zion definitely is inconsistent as all get out. I'm not putting no kind of trust in believing he gonna get us somewhere at all. You know, yes,
in my opinion,
he's a
Zion
talent,
is
but I don't know.
Zion is the equivalent of Greg Oden.
Hell no,
He's a what
no,
could have been.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
don't think
no.
so?
He's overdone. What Greg Oden could ever do in the NBA. Because why? Greg Oden didn't do a damn thing in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He came in fucked up, and he should have got looked at way better. They didn't. They didn't pay attention. So yeah. Overall, me personally, it's not the game, man. It's changing. We going into a different realm of the game. Uh, Ty Jerome to the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, that was a key that just happened. Ty Jerome, 28 million deal to the Memphis Grizzlies with a player option in year 3. So he got the 2+1. You know, Memphis Grizzlies, look, you lose some, you gain some. They
I see
lost
they just
Desmond
agreed
Bain,
to
you know, just lost a few people and they picking up.
I don't know a lot about Cam Spencer. He just agreed to a 2-year deal to the Grizzlies as well.
He's a rookie.
4.5 mil guaranteed. Cole Anthony.
He just got traded from the Magic. When they
Okay,
traded
yeah.
Desmond Bain, him and Kentavious Caldwell Pope. That's what I'm saying. Memphis won that trade.
Sorry,
If
let
you
me look at
ask
the
me,
I guess
Desmond
I didn't
Bain is good. He's good. He's a sharpshooter. Something that Magic can lean on because he's the primary point guard. He's a starter. You know, but Memphis just won not only 2, you know, ready to do whatever players, but Kentavious Caldwell Pope is a champion, you know, and he can shoot when it's time.
Okay, so
Uh,
I didn't really
Cole
follow
Anthony too. He can ball out too for real when
I
he
didn't
wants
really
to.
follow the draft that close the other day when it happened. If I may ask you a question, you know, like nowadays these young cats say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Ace Bailey from Rutgers was like, no, I don't want to. I'm not trying out for. I'm not practicing with Charlotte or the Hornets. I'm not practicing with Utah. And Utah at pick 5 drafted him. Are you on the player side or are you on the organization side? Like, look, I don't care if you want to play on this team or not. We have that pick. That's what the Jazz said, and we need you on our team. Like, did
On
you
the
see that?
business
Did you see
side,
that? You see how uninterested he was when he got drafted? That picture of him just
yeah,
going,
but that's what you get for opening your mouth. You know, that's what, and I'll tell you why young players are speaking like
if
they're
you're the
speaking.
Jazz or an organization, though, would you intentionally avoid drafting a lottery pick, a top 3 talent
No,
because you don't
I'm
want to play
gonna
for
get
you?
it. I'm
Okay.
gonna get it, and then I'm gonna show him why I got you after the fact, whether you don't want to be there or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to be blessed at this point and thankful. You know what I mean? Not talking about what you don't want to do. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way to get your ass kicked out because you can't. We ain't never heard about nobody that done been great. Yes, if that's the case, they gonna say it way ahead of time instead of waiting till you get to the draft You know what I mean? Think about how many times we ain't never heard nobody do that. No matter if we done heard that they didn't want to go to a team or you know what I'm saying, like this and that.
Yeah.
We would hear before anything that the team is not interested in this player before we hear about another player talking about where he don't want to go. It's like you know how many people work hard to get to this point. They don't get work hard to get to this point to hear you run your mouth about where you don't want to go. That sound ungrateful for real, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm on the business side of aspect. They did the right thing. They showed him something too, by the way, you know. And I hope they bring a side of discipline out of him that nobody else did, because that's just something that you don't treat the business. That ain't the way you treat the business. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's a good player, and I feel like he gonna do his thing, but now you in an organization
Do
that
you
is
think? Do you think?
literally they literally been rebuilding.
Do you think? Do you
You know?
think that the Hornets intentionally avoided him because of that of what he said on social media? Because you're taking Canuple from Duke over arguably the best player in the NCAA tournament.
What's that? What write that down?
And so he said he didn't want to play for the Hornets or the Jazz, and they took Canuple at pick 4, Canuple from Duke, instead of taking
Fire.
Ace Bailey, who should have been a top 3 pick.
It should have been. But you see, when you run your mouth, you'll drop before you even know it. You know what I'm saying? We just watched the craziest spectacle in NFL draft history down there happen to a top 5 prospect, if not the first person that was supposed to go. Let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh shit, who are you talking about?
your boy, you know, Mr. Sanders himself, you know, on how that we just watched that happen with him. And you know, his his uh his situation caused him to go down and draft, you know, stock, because you can't do that. Like certain things you just can't do, man. You can't dodge media days. You can't dodge, you know, the important stuff that you know is gonna make a difference. People want to see you. People want to see what kind of person you is, you know, and that let them know out the gate what kind of person you is when you're trying to make decisions and you don't even got a damn room to make none. Um, then, like, I'm gonna let you go on to the next one. Then, right, if I'm at the draft and I got all these teams, whether I didn't like playing for these teams or not, I don't care where I go. Just let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? Everything else can be discussed and talked
Well,
about
there's only
afterward.
60 people that get drafted.
That's what I'm saying.
This ain't the NFL where there's 300. There's 60
Be
people.
lucky if you even get looked at after the draft is
There's 60
over.
people that get fucking drafted. There's 2 rounds. Back when we were growing up, there were like 7. Now there's 2. And a lot of these guys that get drafted get designated to the fucking G League to begin with.
Facts. That's where you're
Or
gonna end
are
up at.
drafted or are redrafted from the G League of somebody that needed like more time to improve. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I agree, bro. Yeah, some of these players, man, the NIL deals and all that stuff, man, the kids getting money, it give them a certain confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why some players is choosing to stay in college another year, 5 years, and you know, like to get that money because they don't have that. You know, they never had that, and the kids nowadays are seeing the life totally different. You know, so yeah, man, I mean, kudos to him though, still for even getting a chance to make it because.
you know what one
If it
thing
was
that's,
me, I would have made you Mr. Irrelevant. You would have been getting picked the last pick of the day, the second day.
one of the things that's crazy to me about you brought up NIL is the fact that some of the greatest coaches of all time, at least of our generations, left the sport specifically because of NIL.
Because of that.
Coach K, I'm not even saying arguably a top 5 anything coach of all time. Nick
Yeah.
Saban, a top 5 Mount Rushmore coach of all time. A lot of these dudes have strictly left because they didn't want to deal with all this bullshit. Now you get a John Calipari who's been dealing with it since day one. You get a Rick Pitino who's been dealing with it since day one, where they've been paying their players. You know what I mean? Like,
It is
let's be
going
real.
down.
Absolutely, yeah. I shout out to this new generation of coaches, bro, because especially the coaches not at the college level, but in the
Right.
professional level, you're dealing with so many fucking attitudes that you should not have to fucking deal with.
Man, another NBA trade. Michael Porter Jr., live and direct, just got traded, and an unprotected 2032 first round pick to the Nets for Cam Johnson. Nuggets is over there. They up to something too. I can smell it in there.
Have the Nuggets found a new coach yet?
The Nuggets, yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they already, and the new GM, because they got rid of the GM and the damn coach at the same
And
time.
you still made a hell of a playoff push without either one of them.
Facts.
So
Yeah,
which
so they
proves that
in good hands.
you had the right team in place.
Yeah.
You just didn't have the depth to do what you needed to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they all right now. I think they got a coach too already. I think they did that like right after the finals for.
Okay,
So,
hopping back on this subject real quick. If you could pick 2 landing spots for Giannis if he does leave Milwaukee, who are you picking? Where does Giannis fit?
oh, man, Golden State is one.
I love you saying Golden State. I would also say Golden State.
I'm gonna say them first because
how many
need
miles
all
does
those.
Steph have
Steph
left
need all
on
the
him?
help, bro.
How many miles
He
does
need all the
Steph
help.
have left on him? And you replace Steph with the new superstar, kind of like the Lakers did with LeBron. I'm 100% for that.
Yeah, and then my number 2 pick, much as don't nobody want to hear it, Giannis would probably go to San Antonio. Now that the Kevin Durant,
brother.
now that Kevin Durant just went over to Houston, that just opened up the floor for anybody to go anywhere at this point. Go ahead. You said what?
Same fucking page.
You was on the same thing too?
Absolutely. Those are the 2 teams I was going to say where, in my opinion, Giannis would make the most sense.
And they just got Harper. They just got Ron Harper's son over there in San Antonio, which is an awesome fucking pick. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you still got what?
They literally went from 0 to somebody.
You still got our South Bend boy too.
Javon Smalls, he went to Memphis. Shout out to Javon Smalls. He just went over to Memphis. Got picked up straight out of South Bend. Shout out to Indiana. We're producing some ballers at this point. Probably like damn near 10 ballers deep into the league right now. You know what I'm saying?
We're looking okay. Yeah. Fuck.
D'Angelo Russell to the Mavericks, $13 million. Hey, it's getting real crazy right now. You know, Sam Scarani is dropping them. D'Lo, yep, to the Mavericks, 13 mil. You know, 13 mil. It's going down in the NBA. We could be here all day on the NBA because it's literally lit right now. Everybody making moves. You know, that's when you know people getting what they want to get.
Oh, I was talking about. Sorry, my bad. When I was talking about the Spurs, I was talking about Blake Wesley.
Blake Wesley is another one too. You know, shout out Blake Wesley. But Javon Smalls, he's the most recent South Bend draftee. We had a South Bend / Elkhart dude too, a white dude. He got picked up by somebody too. He's pretty nice. I heard about him.
We got Blake Wesley. We've had Ivy lately. We've had
Jaden Ivey, Blake Wesley, Skylar Diggins. Shout out to her. She was like one of the first ones. It's a few of them from Notre Dame. It's like 2-3 people from Notre Dame for real.
No, I'm not talking about Notre Dame, but I'm talking about South Bend people that.
I'm saying it's about 2 or 3 players from South Bend that played in Notre Dame College.
Yeah,
that's in the basketball league right now. Skylar's in the WNBA, and then there was 2 other guys already from in Notre Dame that made it. into the league. I don't think they played that long, but they still got something to do with everything, I'm sure. Then we got the new up and comers, the young guns with Ivy, Wesley, now Smalls. And then like I said, it's a white guy that got picked up too in the draft.
Then we
He's
got somebody
from
on the
Elkhart
Pistons too.
/ Jay Nivey. That's who that is.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Jay Nivey's on the Pistons. Wesley's on the Spurs. And who was the first one I said?
You said a white guy.
Yeah, he just got picked up in the draft too. He's from Elkhart / South Bend. I can't remember his name, but definitely got picked up.
This year?
Yes.
Oh, so all I gotta do is Google white guy from Elkhart. It's gonna be like
in the draft. White guy, Elkhart, Indiana.
You mean meth? Did you mean meth?
His last name started with a B. Bronzheimer or something like that. Something crazy.
Brooks Barnheiser?
That guy. Bonds, yep. See, I knew it was some Heiser.
From Northwestern?
Mm-hmm. But he's from Elkhart, Indiana.
Well, fuck, man. Shout out to Brooks Barnheiser, man.
Man, Indiana got some, man. We got some roots out there. Now, shout out to Indiana, too, man. Just working hard, getting into that's a basketball state, primary basketball state next to California and a few other states, that I can fall out.
We don't have the population of these other states. But we don't have the population of these other states, but I'll tell you what, basketball means more here than it does in a lot of other states.
What I tell you, bro, we talking about the Warriors right now. Warriors just got rid of Looney to the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? $16 million deal. 2 years. Told you, man, they about to make room, bro. Who knows? Who knows? It might be Brian. It might be a Giannis. Who knows what's about to happen, though? Like, the NBA is getting shook up once again, and I love it.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Bronny and Bron go to Sacramento for no fucking reason.
Nah, they can
live out your life there. Congratulations.
They just, bro. You see what they got over there? Sabonis, Rosen, Zach Levine. You think they about to just give up all that just real quick just to get Bronny and Bronny James? Hell no.
You think that all right, real talk. Do you think that any part of
them two players that LeBron is not worth getting rid of them 3 players?
Do you think that at any point in time a LeBron trade involves Bronny? I do.
Well,
Bronny don't cost you nothing.
I'm like this. Well,
Bronny's on a G League contract, right?
Yeah. No. He is official Laker contract now. That's how he was able to start. That's how they was able to bring him in and put him on the bench during the playoffs.
Do you think that LeBron James, if he's got 1 or 2 years left?
No, he got one more left.
You think he leaves the Sun?
Of course. Well, I mean, what else he gonna do? It's
like, look, I got you drafted in the league.
Yeah, you grown as hell, boy. You don't gotta follow me. Yeah. You feel me? You grown. You don't gotta follow me no more. We done followed each other all the way to this point. You feel me? Like, it ain't nothing else we can accomplish besides winning this shit together. Nah, that's the only thing I can think about. If LeBron gonna win a championship, he's not gonna leave nowhere. He's gonna stay in LA. They're gonna take that 1-year deal, that last years. He gonna ride into the sunset because they building over there right now, bro. Lakers actually then got some pieces. They got a center that they wanted, you know what I'm saying, in the draft. And he bad as hell. Like, it's some young guns that then came out that was under the radar that nobody really paid attention to. And these teams that we know, Boston, a few other teams of LA, they done picked up, you know what I'm saying, and got some replacement.
Speaking of your Celtics, real quick, with Tatum out next year, more than likely, like for the entire season, do you see y'all still making the playoffs? Do you see you guys making moves? How do you
definitely gonna make the playoffs.
Your squad going?
We definitely gonna be in the playoffs for sure. That's I don't think that's a problem. Just making sure we prepare. We got Anthony Simons, off the trade to Portland. And getting rid of Drew Holiday, that was the first thing we had to do. We had to clear that second curtain cap space with Porzingis and Drew Holiday, and we did that quick, So to do that, and then we open up more space right after that, it's a blessing, you know. So I think we're gonna be definitely straight. We can make a splash right now, just like everybody else doing. I'm sure Brad is in the office right now cooking up something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Because
hey, shout out to
we
Brad.
can
He
we
wasn't.
don't we not getting rid of brown and white. Everybody can stop saying that shit. Uh Fournette, maybe not. I think Al Horford is either planning on retiring, you know what I'm saying, or at least coming back for the last year to finish
And
it
see,
out.
is Porzingis already gone?
Yeah, he already gone to Atlanta.
Okay.
We got George. We look, and this is what I'm gonna say. We got George Niang, which is not as the same caliber of a player, but we gonna get some time out of him if we need him because I love Porzingis. Don't get me wrong,
You know what?
but
Yo, Niang, that big lengthy motherfucker, that long
no,
ass
Niang,
dude.
he's short. He's a short guy,
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
and
about that lengthy
he
motherfucker.
he might get moved. Who knows? You know, so he might just be a piece right there to get moved. But overall, Niang, you know, brings that little bit off the bench to where we can give people breathers. Porzingis, he's inconsistent. He definitely been hurt the past 5 to 7 years of his
His entire
career.
fucking career, yeah. Other than
Yeah,
his
the
rookie year.
last 5 to 7 though ones have been straight injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happens when you draft a foreign player that's 35 years old from the get go. It wasn't y'all, it was the Knicks, but
Exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's what I think myself is we all right. You know what I mean? We ain't in no bad position. Everybody want us to make certain decisions, but we not gonna make none if it ain't about getting something to come over and play with it. And I think that's what we doing right now to at least try to get a 1 year power move. You know, uh that Simon's move was minor. It was major because we ain't got Tatum and we need somebody to stay with that flow, you know, with Pritchard, with
Yeah.
everybody off the bench. Brown, you know, White, that fast pace,
But y'all, y'all,
hard nosed
y'all keep
ball.
that next man up mentality. So next
All
man
the
up, get
time.
in there and get it.
Yeah.
So sorry, Cap, real quick before we depart here. There's
hmm
one more thing that I would like to talk about that apparently made a big splash in the NFL today, if you don't mind me talking about it. The Miami Dolphins have agreed to trade three-time All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, who scored 8 touchdowns for them last year, to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for three-time All-Pro safety Minka Fitzpatrick and a pick swap. So basically, the trade was the Dolphins get Minka Fitzpatrick back, who they originally traded to the Steelers a couple years ago. He didn't work out with their old head coach, and a fifth-round pick for Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and a seventh-round pick. Real quick, in your opinion, is there a winner or a loser in this trade? I talked to a couple of Steelers fans that I know, and it's 50-50 from them. So how do you view this?
I mean, of course, we know Jalen Ramsey ain't the same Ramsey that he was when he was playing with who was that he played
Rams,
with? Jaguars, right?
he was a big name when he played with Jacksonville. They didn't typically throw at him. He had a lot
hmm
better stats when he played them few years for the Rams. But
Yeah, the Rams, right.
he became kind of a
A Super
problem.
Bowl champ over there too, though.
He became kind of a problem in the locker room, and they hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that zesty ass clip from him. Uh, he's got that Carl Anthony Towns clip. Real quick.
I got that Carl does to him.
Oh, a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, no, go ahead and keep talking though, man. Let me look this up.
Yeah, while we on that, I want to throw out there too before we let y'all go. Brian Norman Jr. coming off a hellacious knockout. You know what I mean? Over the week, they lining it up. Him, Devin Haney, Devin Haney. They lining it up, and for November, ready to go in. I can't wait for that because that's been supposed to happen a long time ago. Where they've been talking crazy to Brian Norman Jr. for a long time, and I think he was with a few of them camps and just never got a chance. So, shout out to Brian Norman Jr. for getting his damn. He used to kept Capella, okay, Cornette with the Spurs. See, we freeing up. Here it is.
Hold on, real quick. Let me find this for you.
Capella 21.5 mil with the Rockets 3 years. And we got Cornette to the Spurs. $41 million deal, 4 years. Get your money, Cornette. I ain't mad at you.
You say Clint Capella too?
Clint Capella to the Rock. He can stay with the Rockets.
Okay, yeah.
Well, he's at the Rockets now. My fault. He was in the Rockets before he just went back to the Rockets now. So
Okay.
now with that being said, let me go over that. Because he was a free agent. He was in Atlanta. So Capella to the Rockets.
He wasn't gone from the Rockets for too long.
Nah, he went from the Rockets to the Hawks. So yeah, hey. Houston.
Hey Cap, check that private chat real fast. I shared that video with you.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
This is who that Pittsburgh Steel Curtain defense just acquired. Three-time Pro Bowler, nothing but respect. But
you tell me, anytime I lined up on him, yeah, y'all go watch that. Y'all tell me who got in who had. He came up to me after the game. You feel me? Y'all tell me who got in who had. You an old man acting like that. You know what I'm saying? The game over with. You still mad because I was locking you up? All right, go sleep on that. I ain't trying to hear that after the game.
So you vowed it.
You tell me, like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not saying like it's still Pride Month for today. We're not against any of that community. I'm just saying that dude, he got a little something, is all I'm saying.
Bruce Brown went back to the Nuggets. I knew they should have never gave him a big win. Didn't I say that a long time ago, Ace? Nuggets should have never traded Bruce Brown.
You said that.
That mean Russell Westbrook is about to get traded. You know what I mean? If not,
I thought Russell Westbrook agreed to play overseas already.
I don't know. I didn't say.
I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook is. No, I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook is playing in Greece.
I don't think that was real.
Oh, you don't think that was real?
Yeah, I don't think that was actually real.
Okay.
I ain't seen nothing pop up. If Shams ain't got it, I ain't listening to nobody. Everybody else be. But I'm gonna look it up though. Now that you even saying it.
Yeah, I thought he was playing in Greece, bro. I thought he went overseas already. Oh, Knicks prepared 3 hours ago. Knicks prepared to pursue Russell Westbrook in free agency.
New York Westbrook.
Yeah, that's yep.
Shit.
I'll tell you what, you want a seventh, eighth man off your bench to be a fucking firecracker for you. That's who you get.
That's heavy.
Let him tear up the other backups on the other team, man. Like him, James Harden, somebody like that. Like that's, in my opinion, where him and Harden are at in their careers. But also, like that's, in my opinion, where Paul George is at in his career if he's healthy, or anybody that the Clippers have ever targeted as a main player in the last 10 years. Like that's kind of what they got going on over there. But
oh man, it's going down on Raw. I'm over here all over the place. But yeah, man, hell of a damn show. Once again, all these trades that happen. Congrats to everybody. Get your money. I hope y'all play a good game too. You know, we want to see some good shit happening with everybody. Don't be surprised if we see something crazy coming up in the next couple hours, because these trades is flying all over the place right now.
Free agency just opened up, so yeah.
Man, Shout out King James, shout out Ace Juice, shout out Travio. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody in the front row ringside tuning in. Shout out to all the followers that's been following us on the journey, new ones. Appreciate you coming to check us out and follow us. It's a beautiful thing. We continue to rise, and I'm glad y'all here to rise with us. If y'all want y'all merch, like I said, go ahead, click the link right now on the YouTube page. 3Ts Connect. It's right there on the front. It'll take you right to the page. You scroll to the bottom. I got the designs down there you can pick. You drop your size in there, how many ever you want, and it'll get right to you ASAP. Well, not ASAP, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take
also, real quick on my end, quick shout out to the homie that I fucking hate, but I love you, man. Brock Borger for commenting and telling me what you thought about that Steelers and Dolphins trade earlier. I know it hurts your heart to be like, man, fuck the Steelers. We're doing dumb shit. As a Browns fan, I get it. I appreciate your input. I appreciate you spending the time doing that. Also, anybody, and I mean anybody, that is in the wrestling or MMA or slap fight community that wants to come on our show and tell us your story, it doesn't matter who you are. We would love to interview you and love to hear the story. So shout out to everybody that wants to come on and tell that as well.
Come on up, man. We here. We waiting on you. In the meantime, in between time, man, Toe-to-Toe Sports Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and protect yourself at all times.
And don't be a dick. Like, comment, subscribe. It's that easy. Just don't be a dick. Don't be a
That's
Richard.
it.
Who wants to be a Richard?
Rich.
Don't be a Richard.
Don't be a rich, man.
Are you a Richard? Don't be a Richard.
Don't be a rich. Just click. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
That easy.
All right, man. We love y'all, man. Till next time. Peace. Throw the towel. Throw the damn towel. Like y'all thought we
Throw
were
the damn towel.
I was TV trained with under Al Snow, Doug Basham, Mason Maria, Josh Ashcraft, Southern Discomfort. Like I got to learn from some of these people that have been